Alright.
Oh, God.
He come and come with
No
you.
water.
I use some cream people take it and that's your main food.
Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So for today's video, I'm going to be making something I use all the time as like a breakfast item, one of my like favorite breakfast items to really use, but I don't always have it because I don't always get the time to go and buy it. But I decided, you know what, I'm going to try and make it. So I'm gonna make some bagels today from scratch. I'm just going to do regular ones just so that the sesame seeds on top, not some of those extra ones, because I just wanted to try it basic and see if it will work out, and then from there maybe I can try other ones. So I haven't baked in a while, but I am going to be taking a little chance with it today. I always use bagels for like breakfast with like, you know, eggs and bacon and stuff like that, and because school is starting back soon, I won't have the time to be always, you know, waking up and making all of that breakfast in the morning, like stuff like that. So it's best to have them in the freezer from before. You can take it out and just warm it up. From there you move on. So I am going to make some today. So let me tell you what I have today ingredients wise. I have some bread flour. All purpose is fine too, but bread flour gives it that more chewier texture. If you've never had a bagel before, a bagel has a more chewy texture, so bread flour is the best thing to use. Have some warm water. I have some salt, granulated sugar, and last but not least, yeast. So I'm going to incorporate all of the ingredients into my mixing bowl, and then we are going to go onto the mixer and make our dough. I'm going to be starting off by measuring out my ingredients, such as my flour, my salt, my granulated sugar, my yeast, and also my water. I will be putting up on the screen all of the ingredients that I used and the measurements along with them. Okay, so now I'm going over to my mixing unit, and I'm gonna start off on a relatively low speed just to kind of combine the ingredients together, because you don't want to start it off on too much of a high speed and not get the ingredients completely combined. It's gonna take maybe about like 8 minutes to fully get everything together. Here is the dough halfway through the process. It's still on a relatively low speed, but as you can see, the dough is starting to form, and I'm going to increase the speed so it can start to clean off all of those excess flour at the sides. Here is the dough after the increased speed. As you can see, the sides are basically clean and the dough has completely formed, and now it's just finishing up. Okay guys, so the dough is all finished, and I have my greased glass bowl right here just to show you that the dough is done. When you put your hand on it, it's not sticking. See? It's not sticking. So we're now going to put it in alright, so I'm literally just going to hold it in. You can just make a ball. Now that that's done, I'm gonna plastic wrap it, and then I'm going to cover it with just a regular cloth. And it's gonna be proofing for about an hour to an hour and a half, but mostly an hour. Sometimes you don't really need the extra half, depends on your temperature. So I'm now going to put this in my oven. It's not turned on or anything like that, the oven light is just on, and then I'm going to let it cook for the hour. So after 1 hour, this is the dough. I've taken it out and putting it onto my surface that's been floured, and now I'm going to start to section it into the different pieces so I can roll the dough and then to actually start making the bagels. I tried to be as accurate with my sizing. They weren't all exact size, but they were pretty close to each other, so I think I did a pretty good job with the sizing as best as I could. So here's when you actually start to make the bagel shape. So you're just going to poke a hole in the middle of the dough with your finger, and you're just going to start to stretch it. If you have a dough cutter, you can also use that as well, like a round circular dough cutter, you can use that too. So as you poke the hole and you start to stretch the dough, it's going to get a little bit wider, but that's necessary because the dough is going to rise again, and once it rises, it's going to start to close in. So you want the space in between to be as wide as possible, so when it closes in, it's not too far in. I try to be as accurate with it as possible, but some of them kind of close in, but that was okay. I also lined my baking sheet with some parchment paper so that when it rises, it doesn't stick onto the surface. I'm going to plastic wrap the bagels once again, and I'm going to let them proof for another 30 minutes. After the 30 minutes, we are now going to boil the bagels for a minute on each side. The water just has some honey and a little bit of baking soda inside there just to give it a little bit of color once it's baked. We are just going to do them 2 by 2 each time until we are fully finished. So the bagels are finished boiling. I'm now just going to brush them with a little bit of egg wash, which is just an egg beat with a little water. And then after I brush each of them individually, I am going to sprinkle on some sesame seeds. I wish I had something a little bit more like the everything bagel seasoning or so, but I didn't really have that, so I just decided to just work with the sesame seeds. Okay, so I'm going to put them into the oven now at 390 degrees Fahrenheit. And then they're going to be baking for about 20 to 25 minutes. I'll turn them at like a 10-minute interval. That's just because of how my oven is. Okay guys, they're all done. I had put them on a wire rack after they had finished, and I just kind of left them to just cool out for a bit, but they're done. Typically for bagels, I don't really want them too brown of a color, so just like lightly brown, I'm good with them like that. So like how this is like lightly browned, if you can see with like the ring light, like lightly brown, that's typically how I like it. So they're partially cooled, not fully, but I am going to try one. I have a little cream cheese here. Obviously with bagels you do cream cheese, or if you want to make like a bagel sandwich with like eggs or bacon or whatever you feel the need to. Have this small one right here, and I think I'm going to try this. Should I use a small one? Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna switch to this. No, I'm gonna do the small one. So I have a knife here, just gonna go right down, cut it, put a little cream cheese in it. Ooh. Okay, so as you can see, it's baked and everything like that. Typically what I do with them, as I said, they have to be cooled. They're still quite hot. They have some time to cool down, honestly. But I'm just gonna try just a little bit with a little bit of cream cheese. Typically I don't eat them just like plain like this. I like to toast them and then I eat it. That's my preferred way, but we're just gonna try it this way, same way, which is fine. Yeah, so good. It's chewy. It has that nice chewy texture, of course, and the cream cheese with it. I use the garlic and herb cream cheese, but plain is fine. I like using them to make sandwiches and stuff like that. That's my preferred way of using my bagel. Or if I just want something really light, I'll just toast one and just have it with cream cheese and call it a day. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Those ones are pretty good. I can try different ones another time. This is just like your basic bagel recipe. Genuinely, you have blueberry, you have cheese, you have, I would try to one day like the everything bagel, like the everything seasoning on it with like all of those like different seasonings on it. You have all of those. So I can try another set. I might try the blueberry set because that one is like a one that I wanted to try, but when I get blueberries I will definitely try them. But when I get blueberries, yeah, I'll definitely try them. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in another baking video hopefully soon. Bye.